Good morning, Miranda Alt here with Home Smart Connect Real Estate and the Taylor Alt team. Today is May 18th, 2020. It is about 8 a.m. in the morning. I'm up before my family this time, which is great, so I don't have kids screaming in the background or trying to get their schoolwork done or bugging me. So I want to give you some statistics for McHenry County for this week. We saw 185 new listings, 103 closed listings, and 202 under contract. So those are all numbers are all up from last week. Actually, no, that's wrong. Last week we had 195 new, so we have slightly less new listings than we did last week, but we have more closed and we have more under contract. One of the things I've noticed, this is the 6th week that we're doing this market update since the COVID pandemic started. And one of the trends that I'm just seeing just in the numbers that I'm keeping track of is we're getting more and more new listings every week, which is really good, with the exception of last week. Our closed sales have been kind of all over the place, and that makes sense because I've said in the past that our market is on a 4 to 6 to 8 week cycle. So, it takes a little while for us to see the repercussions from 6 to 8 weeks ago. When we write a contract for a buyer to purchase a home, they need time to do the mortgage most of the time, unless they're a cash buyer, which is not typical. So if we're writing a contract, we're going to say, we can close in 4 to 8 weeks, and mortgages are actually taking a lot longer to process these days. So we're having to push some of those closings back because the mortgages just aren't getting done because the banks are requiring more and more evidence, paperwork, things like that to be met in order to get the loan done. So that it makes sense that our closed sales are kind of all over the place. Under contract though, we are consistently up every week. We had 111 under contract the first week we did this. We had 167 the following week, 159 the week after that, 177, 188, and 202. So those numbers have continued to go up for the last 6 weeks, which tells us that the market's back, especially under 500,000. If you are over $500,000, your house is listed over $500,000, those are still taking a long time to sell. Under $500,000, those are moving pretty quick. We've got a lot of activity going on. We've got a lot of buyers still that are willing to buy in that price range. And I think part of that is because, we have a huge amount of unemployment, but a lot of the people that were in the like office jobs, things like that, those jobs are still happening. People are just working from home. So those people, most of the people that I know, that most of our clients that we're working with, were not in the restaurant industry. They were not in some of these sectors, the entertainment industry that has been hugely affected. So those buyers are still solid. They haven't lost their jobs. So unfortunately, I'm sorry if you are in the restaurant industry. I know it's really, really tough, but those buyers were maybe, not ready to buy anyway, perhaps, or so lower end is not really being affected too much as long as it's under 500,000. Over 500,000, what we're seeing is a lot of those people have money in the stock market, and obviously the stock market's been kind of volatile. It's back now, but it was very volatile in March, and so people aren't really anxious to pull their money out quite yet to buy a home. So we're seeing a little bit slower recovery in the over $500,000 price range. Plus, jumbo loans are very hard to get right now. Jumbo loan is anything over $510,000. So anybody that wants to borrow over $510,000, so maybe they're looking at a $700,000 house, those loans are much harder to come by right now. Banks just don't really want to lend out that much money at this moment. So we are seeing inventory from last year. We did finally get our April report from Heartland, our organization that regulates the McHenry County area. And new listings from April 2019 to April 2020, new listings are down 42.8%. Whoa, that's crazy. That is really, really down. Closed sales, ironically, were up 5%. That's kind of interesting. Inventory is down 13.5%, and houses under contract is down 26%. So our market's definitely down, for sure. Now, one of the things that I know Hillary and I are seeing is that we are seeing far less tire kickers. Let's just call them that. Typically in the spring market, this is our busiest time of year, and typically we have a fair number of sellers that come on market and go, well, we want to list our house and let's just see if somebody's willing to pay us this crazy price. And they list too high and they don't sell because they tell us, oh, well, we don't really have to sell. We just kind of want to sell. Well, that kind of throws off our time. That takes a lot of time from us. And those people aren't really very serious. So even when they get an offer, if it's not exactly what they want, they're not going to work with it. And so that ends up kind of clogging up some of our numbers and some of our time. And we're not seeing that this year. The other thing that we are seeing is we're seeing a lot of people move from the city out to the suburbs. People are quarantined in their apartments, in their condos. They're not able to go outside. The whole city is shut down. And they go, you know what, we're done with this. Maybe they were thinking that they would, maybe they've got one kid and they were thinking, well, we're just going to get a slightly larger place. We'll stay there for 3 to 6 years and then we'll move out to the suburbs when we have 2 kids. And they're kind of foregoing that whole middle step and they're just moving straight to the suburbs. So we are seeing more and more people looking out in the suburbs for that forever home from the city. That is definitely happening. So, and we've seen it in our listings. We have a lot of people looking at our listings that are people moving from the city. So we are seeing that. So sellers list at or below, slightly below your market price. We're seeing a lot of situations where we're in multiple offer situations. We're seeing a lot of homes going for above list price when they are priced appropriately. So don't try to list your home real high and see if somebody's willing to pay for it because inventory is low, because those are not the houses that are selling really fast. The houses that are selling fast are the ones that are move-in ready. They're priced appropriately. They're getting tons of activity. They're gone in a second. Buyers, there's less to choose from. You're going to potentially be in a multiple offer situation. Be prepared for that. Make sure that you talk to a mortgage broker prior to going to look for a home. Do not wait. Make sure you get pre-approved before you go look, because if you find your dream home, you better be ready to write an offer. The mortgage rates are still very, very low. So if you need a recommendation, please give us a call. We'll make sure we hook you up with somebody. Unemployment rates are up. They are continuing to go up. We anticipate that those will continue to go up. So that is going to continue to affect our housing market, of course. While the numbers are still looking okay for closed and under contract, the new listings are still very, very low, and we expect that to continue. We do expect also people to continue to move out of Illinois. People are fed up with the taxes, and how are they going to pay for all this stuff that they're putting out? What's going to happen with our taxes? My assumption is they'll go up. I don't know. Obviously, I'm not an economist. I don't work in the government, but I would assume that taxes are going to go up. So people are going to continue to move out of Illinois. So I think that's all I've got for you this morning. But overall, inventory is still really low. What happens when inventory is low? Prices go up. It's just it's the same as it always is. The same principle of supply and demand is not going to change. And we have very, very low inventory right now. So if you are a seller and you're thinking about selling, please give us a call. We've got really great tips of how we get homes sold really fast. The market time is slightly up for most homes, but for Hillary and I, it's still low, under 30 days. We sell most of our homes on average under 30 days. A lot of them go way faster than that too. So give us a call. My number is 815-529-0777. I'd love to help you. Hillary is 217-853-1896. Call either one of us and we can help you with your real estate needs, okay? Hope you have a great rest of your Monday. Hopefully the sun will come out at some point after all this rain. Oh, ready for a nice sunny day. We are doing a virtual tour today too. Oh my gosh, such a gorgeous home. 710 Mason Lane in Lake in the Hills on the golf course in Boulder Ridge. Oh my gosh, gorgeous home. So tune back into our Facebook page at that time and you can get a virtual tour of that property, okay? Hope you have a great rest of your Monday. Miranda Alt, Home Smart Connect, and the Taylor Alt team. Have a great day. Bye.